In this video, I'm going to explain you about the weather application I developed in iOS Swift, where user can search for the city and show its weather like temperature, humidity, and the weather information. Let me show you the application first. This is the app. Let me just uninstall and reinstall so you can get. And I'll be running this project. So here's our project successfully built. And at first we have this initial view controller. Inside it we have table view and the search view. So when we click on this addition icon, this is the search view controller. Inside it again we have table view and the search view, but here the search view actually is calling API for the city and country name. Let me just type Toronto, and as you can see it's popping up result from the API, and the link for the API is this one, geobytes.com/autocomplete city. Inside Q parameter we are writing some characters, and it it gives this output. So here I'll select the Toronto, Canada, and when I select, the alert dialog box is popping up and it asking me whether I want to add it or not. Let me just add it. When I add it, the navigation pops the search view controller and jumps back to the initial view controller, and this city has been added to our core data. For that, let me just close the application, as you can see, and reopen the application. The data persists. So after clicking on this, I'm getting weather information like clouds, and right now its humidity is 80% I guess, and then temperature 2 degrees Celsius. Let me add another city. I'll add Surat, India, which is my home city. As you can see, it's added successfully. And the weather, it's raining now, and temperature is like 22 degrees with the humidity 94%. Let me add another city, Mumbai. As you can see, I have 3 cities now. The weather data, I'm getting it from Open Weather API. So for this part, I have filtration. If I type this, I can search it in a table view. So yeah, while doing this project, I faced an error for getting data from the Open Weather API, because at some point parameter like sea level and ground level were missing in some cities. So I use the, let me show you my model class. So I use the nullable operator, that's question mark here, for the main part. so it won't give us any error. And the second thing, how, how I develop the project. So inside main storyboard, we have initial view controller first, initial view controller, and then it has, as you can see, search view, table view, and the navigator add icon. After that, it connects into search view controller. Inside search, we are using that city autocomplete city APIs, and finally at the weather view controller, we are using open weather API to display weather, humidity, and temperature. And this navigation part, I'm doing it manually because so I'm pushing navigation controller to weather view controller because I'm passing the model class inside this. And yeah, one more thing, if you want to delete this particular city, you can just slide it and it will be deleted from the table view. And to check that if it is deleting from the CoreData, I close the app and reopen so data persists again. Yeah, so inside initial view controller, I have this fetch all city, which I'm calling from the view did load method, and which is setting all city variable that's here with the city db and the core data. So here I have core data manager, then fetch city from core data. We go to that particular part, then inside it I'm giving city name as a fetch sort descriptors, and the result I'm storing as a citydb array, mm, and I'm returning it. So here we got this all city data and refreshing the table view with the latest fetch data. Mm, and for the search part, we have search bar delegate. Inside it, I'm first checking if search text is null, then fetch all the cities, and if it's not null, just pass this search text into core data manager, and I'm passing search text that here. In the core data manager, we have a method called search, and inside search I'm writing a predicate which is giving me with the format city name begin with character we are passing, and it gives the data with the fetch persistent container, and casting it into citydb, and the result here we get the all city result, city name result, and we are just setting again all city parameters and reloading the table view. So that's the functionality of initial view controller. That's this part, and on clicking of this one, any particular city, inside the table view I have instantiate a view controller which is weather view controller. So inside weather view controller, yeah, so this part we are using open weather API. So inside that I'm passing Mumbai as a city name, and it gives me weather, humidity, and other fields. So at first, uh, we are setting city. Yes, city string we are getting already from the initial view controller. As you can see that here weather view controller dot city to whichever city we select, and then weather view controller. Yeah. So on view did load, we are calling fetch weather data, which is basically a simple URL session, and I'm getting only the description of the weather in particular city, humidity, and the temperature. And I'm fetching weather data with the completion handler. So here is the weather service. So I'm using, as you can see, I'm using Open Weather API, the completion handler, and yeah, uh, and for the decoding part, I'm using JSON decoder. So it's a simple and less amount of code. Yeah, setting completion result, and that's how we get the data inside the fetch weather, and just part, setting it into simple label. That's this part. Now for this city search part, I have search view controller. In search view controller, I have table view controller, and then search bar delegate and service delegate. So for that, again we have city list as a string, because this city service, which is this API, it gives us a simple array for the whatever characters we type. So if I type Toronto or TOR, it gives me this as a simple array. So that's the model class for this is simply a string array. And then for the city service, I use the service delegate. So I'm setting URL session with the service delegate, so I can later use it in a view controller. As you can see, I'm again using simple JSON decoder, as this is simple string array. And now back to search view controller. So once this service has been finished, our dispatcher queue will get the list of uh, this string, and we are simply setting it into table view controller. That's this city list. So here, after that, for the search part, yeah, I'm just calling service fetch JSON data here. So whenever we type something here, this search bar is being called, and fetch JSON data, which is inside service class of the city service file, and we are getting the result inside the table view controller. And when we click any of this uh, here we are calling save function, and in save function it's a simple alert view, and in alert view we have add button. As you can see, add and cancel. Add will insert city into core data with the core data manager, and the navigation controller will be pop. So core data manager, here, so we have static reference as a shared, and insert city. So we have the persistent container here for the CTDB, and then we are simply setting string of city and country which we got from this table view, and simply calling save context. So this data will be saved into core data, which means in our iOS local device, and we can use it anytime we want. For the delete cities, persistent container gives a simple delete function, so we can pass this city db reference to that and simply saving context. So we can delete this. Yeah, so that's it about the project, and I have uploaded the project on my GitHub account. You can see this link. I'll put this in the description below. Yeah, thanks for watching this video. If you have any question, type it in comment. Bye.